Did you know that half of the people that got abused as kids grow up to then be in abusive relationships? At first I was a little shocked, and then I realized, well, it's probably not as shocking as I thought, after all. Usually kids come to an adult, come to a parent, and they tell them that they're being abused in some form, some way. Whether that's mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, maybe it's just neglect altogether. But a child usually comes to some adult and tells them in some way, and the adult doesn't listen. Usually said adult will tell the child something, or teenager, something along the lines of, oh, you're just being dramatic, or just get over it. And you grow up and you hear the same things from your friends and people at church. Then we internalize and we start to cope our own way. Usually coping will turn into some type of an addiction, whether that be a sex addiction or alcohol, some type of drug, pills, eating even, overeating, not eating, binge eating. There's a million different eating disorders. And because we didn't work through it and we didn't heal properly, now we have all these triggers from the trauma that we faced, and we don't know how to identify with it. And then we end up getting into relationships that end up being abusive. And how? Because we should be used to the abuse, right? We should not want to do that. But of course, what's an abuser do? He always wants to try, he or she, but the abuser always wants to try to make you feel loved and wanted and heard. Then when they start telling us that we're crazy and everything's spinning out of control and we don't know what's going on, it's because our bodies are in this fight or flight mode, and our bodies are already used to the trauma, and they recognize the trauma that was already brought to them before, and they freak out. And then here we are again, bruised and wounded and abused by someone who we love, and God forbid we're married to him. This is why it's so important to recognize our abuse and actually deal with it. Just know that here, you're heard, you're cared for, and I love you deeply, and I'm sorry that happened to you, and I'm sorry you had to go through it. But I'm here to help you overcome and heal all trauma and abuse. So follow my page for more, and stay tuned for my book release coming soon.